everyone says Gen Z's not drinking, right? And they're not going out. But I'm like, I see them out every night and I see them drinking every night.
Yes.
I've had them come up to me and give me more information than you could ever get from any focus group. And they'll come up to me, "Hey, you work here, man? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you have a Gilly's hat? Oh, yeah, yeah. Hey, so, man, this place is great. Dude, I come in here, and the thing is, it's like, bro, like the cocktails are good price, and I did this is quote for quote. I feel like everyone needs to listen to what this guy had to tell me. It's not even me spreading wisdom; it's this guy just speaking anecdotally. One guy in particular, he came up to me, he's like, "Hey, look, Eric, I'm like, I'm like 20, 26. All my friends are like, we're within like the 24 to 30 range." We're all different places in our careers. Some of us like graduated at 24 and went straight into like, microbiology here, here in San Diego, working for a biotech company, making a ton of money. Some of us are just kind of still waiting tables, graduate, but still kind of hanging out, having fun at the beach, surfing, and then some of us, became school teachers. Some of us are back in school, so they're broke. But he's like, so basically have this group of friends all within like 6 years, and we all have massively just disparate like income levels because of that. And he's like, but the thing is, we're all in the group chat. We're all talking about where we're going to go that weekend. We can all agree on Gillies because this is the only place all of us can afford to drink. So like, he's like, look at me, Eric. He's like, I'm still waiting tables right now. I'm going to get my master's, but I'm like taking a year off. But he's like, I'm in here. My friend who's in biotech is drinking Naked and Famouses, which aren't on the menu. And they're like $20. Because not only our cocktail are if a drink's on the menu, we're still going to charge you like going rate, right? And that y'all are chartreuse and mezcal in it. So he's drinking Naked and Famous all night. He's like, my girlfriend's drinking espresso martinis that are $13, and I'm drinking highlights for $5. So he's like, all of my friends, no matter what our income levels, we can all choose it. We can all agree on this. So now it's 14 people all coming to drink at one bar. And the thing is, but then I'll tell this to friends of mine, and they're just like, yeah, no, our drinks are just $20. If we don't want to, if those people can't afford to drink here, they shouldn't drink here.
Yep. I agree. And listen, even in Alpharetta, where it's one of the highest incomes of all of Atlanta, I think I might be wrong, our house Eagle Rare old fashioned is $12.
Yeah.
And you can get a
Damn, that's a
PB
good deal. That's really good.
you can yeah,
It's a great deal, I wanna tell
yeah,
Yeah.
you.
and
I go
Yeah,
there
yeah.
for it.
yeah, and you can
Yeah.
get a PBR for $5. So
Mhm.
you'll have one person that may work at O'Reilly's and they'll have 4 PBRs for $20.
Mhm.
You have a night. That's a $20 night. And then you got the other guy that might, get 15, 16, $18, so yeah, you're right. There's a little something for everybody. You can't
And it
price
all
anybody.
works out. And
Mhm.
honestly, like if someone's hanging out 5 or 6 hours, I
Yeah.
don't want them having old fashions the whole time, man, or
No, we
they're gonna be
don't. No,
wrecked.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna be wrecked.
Well,
They
that and
pop in,
that's
have a
that's the
couple old fashions, and then switch to beer,
yeah. That's a
and it's
complete conversation I would love to have one day is just I'm
yeah,
really into catching fake IDs. I'm really into kicking people, it's just like,
yeah, I know.
come on, bring it on, Even my
But,
son's been
it
working
is
the door recently. Yeah, so it's good
but yeah,
stuff.
and I do feel like it's a lot of that is just basically, it's like who is that? Who I feel is who's cracked the code and really figured out well, simultaneously as us. Um, Let Us Entertain You with their latest one of their latest concepts, Gus's Sip and Dip. Talk about over delivering. Like
Really.
you walk in there, the place is gorgeous. It's a beautiful venue. The lighting is perfect. The bartenders are all wearing like white suits, like a suit and tie with the white coat. Cocktails are $12. $12. And I mean in the sense that what they did is they did something really smart. Kevin, who's there, he had this whole idea where he's like, I'm going to carry one vodka, one bourbon, one gin. That's it. And it's all based off of classics.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
they're only getting in Indiana, or sorry, in Illinois, you can get case breaks off of the more product you buy. Not all states are like
Mhm.
that. So they buy everything. I'm guessing they're probably doing like 6 case drops at a minimum of everything. And so because that, like now the price of Kettle One is way low. The price for Buffalo Trace is way low. Everything's coming down. They're getting economies of scale. And then now you're buying a, Tanqueray 10 martini for $12, which is insane. And then guess what? I was on a Thursday night. The place was packed. There was a line out the door, packed to the gills, and it was packed with Gen Z. And I feel like the thing was, that's a lot of these kids who are right out of college. That's probably the only nice place that they can afford to go to with any sense of regularity, and they
Mhm.
probably do go there with a sense of regularity, and that's why the bar's packed. I've talked to Kevin about it. His pour cost is still really good because they're getting the case breaks and they're probably and it's let us entertain you, so it's like they're probably ordering by the pallet. Um, but the thing is, and the thing is that, and this isn't about dumbing anything down because I think people hear about this like, oh, if I make things cheaper, it's about no, it's not. It's about it's about meeting the clientele where they are because there's a lot of economic anxiety going on right now. A lot of people feel like AI is going to come take their job, and they feel
Mhm.
like they're going to get laid off. And so, even if they do have the income, they're still a little wary about it. They don't know where things are going. It's probably is a gallon of gas going to be $9 next month? Who knows? So it's like they're just like, let's go in. You take your girlfriend out. She takes you out. Who knows? And you can get these beautiful cocktails for a great price. And then I don't think it's a coincidence that that place is packed every night. I was in there. I went there again. I was there like on a Tuesday. Place was still packed.
Eric, I think
Actually,
about when we were
yeah.
that age, when we were 20 and
Hmm.
30, were we thinking about massive diversity of inventory? Was I looking for 35 different bourbon options? No, I don't even know how much I still care, to be really
Hmm.
honest. I think that's
Yeah.
kind of like the awards where I think a lot of that's inside baseball. I think a lot of that is
Hmm.
people decorating with inventory. Does anyone
Hmm.
how if you parse out the segment, and especially in that age group, are they connoisseurs of gin? Do they have a gin yet? No, like, they
I mean,
don't I
I
don't think most of them
yeah.
have a gin. I think they just want a good drink at a fair price.